back to my channel. So today I have a fun first impressions tutorial using the new ColourPop Lucky Penny Collection. So there are a few new fun items from there that I tried. I used, of course, this eyeshadow palette, which is stunning. They included this 9-pan palette. And as you guys can see, you are getting a beautiful mirror in there, which is always a plus in my books, and 9 beautiful shadows with different finishes. You get mattes, metallics. It is just beautiful. So love the colors in here. I am a warm tone fan. So when I saw this palette and that whole collection, that is of course like coppery inspired, pennies of course, which is that beautiful rich rusty copper tones. I just loved what I saw. So I did an eyeshadow look using the palette. I also tried out some blush and highlighting sticks that they included in the collection and some lip products. So if you guys want to see this tutorial using that new collection, then please keep on watching. Okay guys, so let's get started. As you can see, I do have some under eye setting powder under my eyes. That is just going to help if we have any fallout. So then after, once we're done with the look, we can just wipe away that under eye setting powder and any fallout will just be nice and wiped away to not ruin our makeup. So I also do have my brows done just to make things go a little bit faster. And I do have my updated brow video tutorial on my YouTube channel, so I will link it in the description. And first, we're going to start by priming our eyelids. I'm going to be using this NARS Tinted Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. This one is their medium dark one, so it's just a little bit deeper in color. They do have a lighter one that I like to use when I'm my palest. I'm just going to place some of that onto my lids and just blend it out after with my fingertips. And this just really helps keep the eyeshadows from creasing, and it also creates a nice like blank canvas for the shadows so you really see their true color. And I'm just patting that in with my fingers. Okay, so now for the fun part, we get to play with these shadows. So as you guys can see, this palette is untouched. I have not even swatched it yet, so I'm just so excited to use it and try it out for you guys on camera. And this is once again their Lucky Penny palette. So you get 9 beautiful shadows in here and they are just stunning. So I kind of matched my nails to the palette. I honestly had these nails painted before I received this palette, so it just kind of worked out. My nails will match this eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I'm going to be going in with a big fluffy blending brush. I'm using the Hank and Henny brush called Savvy. So this is just a really nice big fluffy brush here because I think I do want to do a cut crease. I haven't done one on my channel in a while, so I actually miss them. And first I'm going to go in with this beautiful like milky warm brown matte shade in the palette there. That one is called Token, and I'm just going to place that all in the crease and just like diffuse it and blend it out with this big brush. So that shade is super pigmented, but it's blending out actually really nicely. And this is their quote-unquote lightest shade in the palette, and it is fairly deep. It's not too light, but it's definitely a really nice like a warm matte orangey brown. So I love these types of shades, so I'm just living for this palette because the whole thing is very warm. It's very fall and I just love it. So I'm just taking that shadow very generously onto the crease and like bringing it pretty far up towards the brows. Since I am going to be doing a cut crease, I do want to have a good amount of shadow so you really get that definition. As you guys can kind of tell, I'm like smoking it out towards the outer V there. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with this thinner fluffy brush here. This one is a ColourPop E22 brush. I'm going to go into this beautiful terracotta orangey matte shade there. That one there is called Coin, and I'm just going to place that into the crease and add some more warm definition into that crease. as you guys can see, that shade just really made things much warmer. That warm brown shade was nice. It was just more subdued, and I want to really see that kind of like burnt orange shade. So this shade Coin is really beautiful, and there's actually not that much fallout, which is nice. And it is super pigmented. The shadows are just beyond buttery and just like gorgeous. So ColourPop always seems to amaze me with their quality. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with this smaller blending brush here. This one is a Morphe JH40 brush. I'm gonna go into this beautiful, almost like a red toned, deep brown shade there. That one is called Bouillon, and I'm just gonna place it more towards the outer corners of the eyes there, of the lid, and just kind of bring it in gently. I'm not gonna add too much, but I do wanna see how it applies and deepen up the crease even a little bit more. As you guys can see, I'm just deepening up the crease there and putting a lot of the product towards the outer V of the lid. And of course, once we have that concealer that I'm going to use for the cut crease, everything will just look much more clean and put together. Okay, so as you can see, there is quite a bit of fallout now. I am very heavy-handed, but we will clean everything up. But before we do that, I'm gonna use some white concealer for the cut crease. So for that, I'm gonna be using my favorite ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 00. So this is their pure white concealer. And I'm gonna take some of that onto this ColourPop E4 flat concealer brush here. I really like this one for cut creases because it is very nice and thin, but it also is like wide. It's a little bit wide, so it makes doing the cut creases a little bit easier in my opinion. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of that concealer onto this brush here, and then we are going to focus that cut crease towards the inner corner of the eyes. Okay, so as you guys can see, I concentrated the cut crease towards the inner corner, and then on the outer corner, I'm just gonna kind of diffuse it with a fluffy brush. I'll diffuse that concealer out because we don't want to take the cut crease too far for this look. I do want to keep that dark color towards the outer corner. Okay, so now that we have the cut crease carved out, I'm gonna go in with this NYX glitter primer. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this primer and place it just where we have that cut crease concealer there, because I do want to go in with some metallics, and I love to use this NYX glitter primer. Whenever I use a metallic, it just really does make it pop and stand out even more. I forgot to mention that I am using the ColourPop E24 brush for that, and I'm also going to be using the same brush when I place this metallic shadow onto the lid. So I think I want to go in with these two colors here. I'm going to place this like cranberry metallic shade more towards the outer corner, and then on the inner corner I'm going to go into this golden shade here, kind of like an ombre effect. So first I'm going to go in with that copper shade there called Copperhead. I'm just pouncing that shade there towards the outer corner, and wow, that is like so metallic. It is stunning. So I'm just kind of patting that into the lid there. So I'm really impressed with that shade there, guys. It is like so buttery and like honestly just so metallic and beautiful. So I love that shade there. It's like the perfect like cranberry copper. So now I'm gonna go in with that shade there called Favor. It is just like a really beautiful deep golden shade. So that shade is very deep, so I think I actually do want to use the lightest metallic and place it on the inner corner. So we're doing like a 3 shadow metallic kind of ombre effect here. So we'll see how that looks. Right now this is looking to me like fire, like flames. I'm not mad at it, it's actually pretty cool, and we'll see how that lighter shade there in the palette called Shiny Objects looks. I'm gonna place it on the inner corner. And I'm gonna be using this thinner brush here. This is a ColourPop E3 brush, and I'm gonna take that shade there and just place that on the inner corner. So that shade seems to kind of be like a pinky champagne shade. I think that shade looks nice on the inner corner because it's definitely highlighting it, and it's kind of like a almost like an orangey pinky light champagne. It's really, really pretty and unique. So now I just want to deepen up the outer corners a little bit more, and I'm going to go back in to that dark brown shade there called Bouillon, and I'm going to take that same Morphe JH40 brush and it just deepen up the outer corners where we had a little bit of that metallic kind of seep through. I just want to clean everything up and make sure the outer corners are nice and deepened. So now I'm going to wipe away the fallout that we had there and that under eye setting powder just with a big fluffy clean brush. Okay, so now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go in with this Morphe JH40 brush again, and I'm going to go into the shade here called Hit It Big, and this shade seems to be like a really nice light kind of warm brown, and it has a couple of like gold specks inside. So I'm just going to place that on the lower lash line and blend it out. So now in the waterline, I'm going to go in with this ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in the shade Joyride, and this is just a really nice matte cranberry color. Okay, so now I'm going to be using the ColourPop Act Natural Defining Mascara in their black shade, and I'm going to put some on my top and bottom lashes. So now I'm just going to pop on a pair of lashes. I got these off of eBay, and I will link the specific pair in the description box for you guys. And then I will be right back to use a couple more new products from this new collection. Okay, so also part of the collection were these little sets here. So you get these two duos. They are the Light and Blush Sticks Duo, and they come with 3 different options. So this one here is called Good and Copper. Then you have a Pretty Penny and My 2 Cents. So in each of these you get a blush and you get like a little highlighter. So this is a Pretty Penny, a blush stick, and a highlighting stick, and I will swatch them for you. So that is the highlighter, and that is the blush for a Pretty Penny. This is a Good and Copper, so it's a little bit more on the deep side. So that is the blush, and that is like the highlighter. Then you have the My Two Cents duo, and there is the My Two Cents one. Hopefully you guys can see that. So I did not put any blush on purpose to try out these blush sticks for you guys. So let's get started. So I think I'm gonna start with this one from My Two Cents. This is the blush stick in the shade called Spot Me. So I'm just gonna kind of pounce that on to my cheeks and then blend it out with a brush. So the texture is like super light. It's not, this one is not that pigmented on the cheeks, maybe because I already have foundation on, so it's not very pigmented, but it feels like very moisturizing, which is nice. It actually looks quite natural, which is very nice. And then I'm gonna go in with this Morphe E4 brush and just kind of pat it into the skin. You can even take some of that product onto the brush itself. So yeah, I feel like applying it on the brush first and then pouncing it on, you get much more pigmentation. I actually really love the way this is applying. It's like super natural and it's a little bit of like a dewy finish, so it just feels like really nice on the skin. I like to add a little bit to my nose, even a little bit to my forehead, just to kind of tie in all the colors together. I think I want to also try the deepest one there. That one is called Got Change, and it is just a really nice like a deep rusty orange shade. So I'm going to take some of that directly onto the brush and then pounce it on the high points. That shade is really pretty. It makes you look like you have like a natural suntan. Okay, so now I'm going to highlight the nose, and I want to use the lightest highlighter here. That one is called On a Streak, and it was from the Pretty Penny duo. So I'm just going to take some of that onto this Morphe JH41 brush, and I'm going to highlight the bridge and tip of my nose. So I also have 3 lip products from them. These are their Luxe Velvet Liquid Lipsticks. So they are very pretty, and there's 3 colors. So you get these 3 colors here. You're getting like a deep red, an orangey, rusty, coppery nude, and then this like almost like mauve pink shade. So the first shade is Penny Pincher. Then you have Tried and True, and then the red one is called On a Roll. So I'm just gonna wipe off my lip product that I already have. I'm just quickly going to reline my lips, and I'm going to be using this L'Oreal lip liner in the shade 114 Matting Call, and I love this shade. It's like a perfect brownie nude. I think I'm going to go in with the lightest one here. This one is called Penny Pincher. Fingers with these because I feel like it almost diffuses it to like that powdery look. Okay guys, so that is the finished look using the new ColourPop Lucky Penny Collection. I'm already a huge fan of warm tones, so when I saw that collection, my eyes lit up, and I just love everything that I saw, and I love it even more now that I've tried it. I would love to know what you guys think of the collection. If you guys have any favorites, if you've tried any yourself, if you picked anything up, let me know in the comment section. So I hope you guys like this kind of tutorial slash first impressions. I really do love the eye look that I created using that palette there. It kind of like gives me like fire vibes just because I like did like the ombre, and it's all of those like really warm metallics, and I just really like it. I like the cut crease. I have not done one in a while on my my channel, so it was really fun to do one again. And those blushes I'm just obsessed with. I feel like they give me kind of like the Pixie vibes. It's like the same texture, it's like really moisturizing. Those Pixie like blush sticks, I did a review on them as well, like a first impression, so they kind of give me those vibes. And I know that these are probably very cheap in comparison, and you do get that little highlighter, which I like as well. So I do really love those blush sticks and lights duos. I think they are great. I definitely like the more deeper tone ones just because if you are a little bit more tan, the lighter ones, I feel like especially the blush, it won't be seen as much. I really do like the deeper ones. I just love a lot of blush, so that's probably just my own personal preference. But I love those. I also really do like the velvet lips there. They are so pretty. They feel moisturizing, but they kind of give you like a matte, like powdery type of look. So it's a really cool look. I love the colors. I just love that collection. So let me know if you guys like this video, if you guys want to see more tutorials using those products or more eyeshadow tutorials using that eyeshadow palette. Let me know. I would love to film it for you guys. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!